From the historic capital of open-wheel racing, Indianapolis, Indiana, it's USAC Unleashed. And now, stuffing the loud pedal, ripping the lip, and letting her eat, here are your hosts, Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
Hey, USAC race fans, Dirty Dan here, and my sidekick, Photo Man Rich Foreman.
How's it going?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on here, whether we got a groundswell of support or whether people are lining up to watch the train wreck, brother.
Yeah, it's kind of shaping up to be, like my oldest son would say, could be an epic fail.
Yeah, I hope not, man. I hope not. We've done a lot of homework on this, and we've been working pretty hard on this. But at any rate, welcome, y'all, to the USAC Unleashed radio show on the Performance Motorsports Network. What we're doing today is just sort of a little informational deal to let you know about the show, what we plan on doing, and some things like that. Pretty much a test run for the equipment and things like that. So, Rich, are you down for this, man? You got your elbows up? You ready to do some work, brother?
Yeah, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to get to work here.
All right, let's do it, man. All right, here's the show concept. The show concept is we plan on following the 3 national USAC touring series, the Silver Crowns, the Sprint Cars, and the Midgets. Now, in addition to those items, we're going to be following, we're going to be shining a spotlight on everything from mini sprints, like I said, all the way up to the 3 national touring series. Rich, you want to kind of tell people out there some of the different support series or feeder series systems that we're going to be following?
Yeah, I mean, my background, in the photo world, it has a lot to do with the micro series. So, that was kind of my thing, was wanting to bring some of the micro guys, to our show and get them some chances to get on the radio and get their name out there and get their sponsors and stuff some airtime and along with our big national touring guys.
And that's exactly what we're going to do. We've got a pretty friendly format set up for the show that will air weekly on like we said, on the Performance Motorsports Network. The airtimes are over there on our Facebook page, and along with that, there's mobile applications where you can hear the show, as well as our YouTube channel that's still yet to be set up, where the shows will be archived at, so you can listen to them whenever you want. But with that being said, I agree with you. We were both in agreement that we really needed to, like you said, not only shine the spotlight on the national guys, but really, really support the feeder system into the USAC National Series. And with that, there's going to be some Power Eye and some local tracks here in Indiana. There's just all kinds of things we're going to do with the show format. The show format, Rich, you had a lot to do with this, putting into this, a lot of input into this. We both did, actually, but you were really adamant about the second part of the show. So I'm going to throw out there what we're going to do in the first part of the show, and it's primarily going to be it's going to be a 2-guest show, but we've got all kinds of opportunities with the segments that you really pushed hard for, and I'm in 100% in agreement it's on for the up and comers, or like you said, the guys and gals coming up that want the PR work. But 2-guest format, we're going to try to get the winner, one of the winners from the 3 national series, as the featured guest each week, and we're going to have a race wrap up, a race preview segment. I just can't. There's just so much we're going to do, Rich. What part of the show are you really looking forward to, man?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it all. I think it's going to be good to be able to talk with some of these guys, on the bigger level, and then, like I said, letting some of the little guys have the chance, and then like I said, we have a lot of freedom with the show. I mean, we'll be able to tackle many things and keep it light and keep it cool, and we'll be doing lots of picture stuff, graphic stuff, and being able to put words with some of this. So, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, you and I will be able to put 1,000 words to that picture.
There's no doubt we'll be able to do that, man. Both of us can talk and talk. I wish people could get a little bit of a feel for our off-air conversations, man. We burn some cell phone time up.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're on the unlimited plan.
No doubt. Now, you touched on something there with the flexibility that we have in the show. I guess we need to throw it out there that we are not officially affiliated with USAC Racing Organization. While we work closely with USAC, and we've discussed this with USAC, we're not officially a part of USAC, which gives us a little more leeway. We're going to walk that line, but in your and I's conversations, it was real important to us in developing this show to put it together and to broadcast it and keep the commentary from a fan's perspective, and not so much of a news perspective, because there's a ton of very, very good news outlets already in this genre of racing, and that's not what we're trying to do here, nor are we going to be doing any video work. So do you think what do you think about that? I mean, that was something that we really talked about and we took to heart, as far as the perspective that we're going to be doing this show with.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to keep it kind of lighthearted and kind of keep it easy going, because I'm no anchor man. I'm probably more like a Ron Burgundy, so we definitely got to keep it light and simple for somebody like me.
It's light and simple for somebody like you. You've heard me stutter and step all over myself. So professional broadcaster I'm not, and you're a professional photo man. I still say you're a photo phenom. And go ahead and throw it out there. Where can people find your photos at, and tell us about everything you got going on?
Yeah, it's been pretty busy. Been working on a bunch of stuff since the Chili Bowl, picture-wise, and doing some ad work for some different things. And I got the Facebook page. It's Rich Foreman Photos and One Vision Designs, and then we got the richforemanphotos.com website. So getting ready to head to Florida and get some pictures, and hopefully start cranking that thing back up.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see the pictures. I've seen some of the Chili Bowl stuff, and obviously you've sent me some private stuff from my personal collection and stuff, and I really appreciate that. But the things that you do, the graphics and things like that, I've posted some pictures on Facebook of the Power Eye R Factor midget that paint scheme that you're putting together for me, as well as the iRacing paint scheme that you're putting together for me. Now, is that something that you would do for other people as part of your business?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely, I love doing all sorts of that thing, and definitely here lately, really been getting into the iRacing stuff. Ran that sim shootout, the sim Chili Bowl here lately, and looking forward to getting on iRacing here and hopefully, beating your fenders in a little bit. So, yeah, for sure. I'm definitely always open to do skin for people and stuff like that. A little bit of a hectic schedule, so it takes me a little bit longer than I'd like, but for sure.
I can't. You do some good work, man. I can't. People get out there, get a hold of Rich on Facebook, Rich Foreman or One Vision, through the USAC page, wherever, man. And hell, call me. I'll give you his personal cell phone number, and you can burn his phone up, man. So we'll make him have to change his number. But at any rate, man, I just want to tell you publicly, thank you for doing that for me. I really appreciate it. I'm kind of a dumbass when it comes to computer stuff like that and graphics, so I need all the help I can get, man.
Yeah, I'm all right with the graphic stuff. I've been getting better.
You still got a long way to go, man.
I got a long way to go. I'll never quit learning.
I'll probably, somebody's going to send me death threats for saying that about you, man. You got a lot of fans out there. Moving on, what's some of the things that you're looking forward to in 2014? There's a lot of things that you and I have talked about, and it's on paper and planned. We plan on doing some live events if the funding becomes available. We can't really, I don't really want to talk about those live events yet, and build hopes up if we're not able to pull them off, because obviously funding is very important for what we're going to be doing. So leaving that kind of stuff out of it, what's some of the things in 2014 that we can talk about that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a busy year, and it's already shaping out to be pretty busy, and going to be with all the USAC divisions this year, going to be kind of taking some photos and doing some officiating and helping out there. So I'm pretty much immersed in the USAC stuff right now, and I'm looking forward to that. It's always fun being on the road with Jason and Dar and Spridge and all those guys. So I'm looking forward to that. It always makes it fun to kind of go to a job that you love and have fun with a bunch of guys. So, and then on top of that, Kokomo Speedway, every time I'm home, 5 minutes down the road, I'll be there.
You'll be up there at Kokomo, and I'll be down here at Hobstadt. I'm in the same position. It's about 5 minutes from home. But let's talk about that being on the road a little bit, because that's a little bit of the sound issues that we're having today. And we're doing this on purpose. You're going to be you'll have a studio set up, and we've already got that lined out and ready to go. And so you'll be on mic and clear, from time to time. But a lot of the times, like you said, you're going to be on the road with USAC and doing some different things. And we're going to be talking to you a lot on the cell phone. So, I know we was talking about that a little bit before we started today. So I just wanted to let people out there understand, know what was going on with sound. And, if it pops up during the season here on the shows, then you'll know why. It's because Rich is out getting to have all the fun, and Dirty Dan's stuck here in the studio doing all the work, right?
That's kind of the way it's all shaken out to be, isn't it?
Hey, sort of, man. It is, man. I know I woke you up this morning begging for a cover photo for the Facebook page. So let's talk about that Facebook page, man. Let's talk about that. Wow. Just wow. It is. It's unbelievable, the support. And like I said, it's either, support for what we're doing or an audience lining up to watch the train wreck, or like you said, But, I can't say enough for that. You and I have been communicating quite a bit today. And I kind of backdoored you on the little teaser release of the page today and the Twitter page also, didn't I?
Yeah, a little bit. It's all right. Obviously, it was well planned. It's definitely been met with a lot of pretty good support today. For day one, I mean, it well exceeded my expectations.
It's exceeded mine too, and I cannot thank the racing community enough for the pre-launch support that we've seen so far. And I made a post about it. And without the fans, we can't do it. Without the racers, we can't do it. And without sponsors, we sure as the hell can't go do the live events. So, that's really why we're doing it. And when it all boils down to it. So, I know you and I talked a lot about that. So, why don't you go ahead and throw it out there? Why are you doing this, Rich?
Well, for me, I mean, I love racing. I always have. And, I've kind of made it my life here in the last few years. And, you and I kind of hooking up, and our chance meeting and hitting it off. And it just sounds like it's a perfect time to do something like this. And it gives me a chance to kind of, tag on your coattails and we'll do a radio show and talk about racing. And I'm excited.
I don't know about you tagging on my coattails. I think it's the other way around. But, it is wild. We talked about that in one of our Chili Bowl shows. We were Facebook friends, but we never communicated. We may have liked, stuff that each other posted every once in a while, but we didn't really have any communication. And we had that chance encounter at the Indianapolis airport when we were both coming home. You were coming home from the West Coast, and I was coming home from Homestead from a NASCAR deal. And, like a crazy man, I'm chasing you down. Rich Foreman. And it's just kind of grown from there. We kind of lost track of each other for a couple of weeks there. And then all of a sudden, boom, and now here we are. This has all come together pretty quick, but you mentioned the planning that we've done on this. And I know you've done a lot of work. Obviously, you're the one that's responsible for the official logo of the show and the cover photo and things like that. Tell us a little bit about that the logo for the USAC Unleashed radio show. There's kind of a cool backstory behind that logo and the excitement both of us had the night that you debuted it to me for the first time.
Yeah, it's logos are strange. They I kind of just start laying everything out on the screen and kind of see where things go from there, and kind of started laying everything out and kind of getting things going and put the pinstripe background in the back to kind of class it up, and had to get the old Dirty Dan scratched out signature across the bottom and just kind of try to put it all together and do what I do. That's, I'm trying to put it together in a cool way.
Now, I want people out there to understand, how much of that logo is actually you. Bob Steele, myself, you and myself, had a little brainstorming session when we was trying to hammer out the format and put things together. And we just, the show name just boom. We didn't have anything. Going into that conversation, we was on the phone for like a half hour, still had nothing, and then it was just like, boom, there was the name. And then, I want you to tell the people out there the backstory. I want people to know that I didn't name it with Dirty Dan and the Photo Man, and I didn't give you your nickname. So you're going to have to take credit for all that, whether you want to or not, brother. So tell us a little bit about how you come up with that.
I couldn't think of anything that worked for me other than that rhymed with Dirty Dan. So Dirty Dan and Rich just didn't seem to have quite the same ring. So having to try to come up with something that kind of made sense and flowed there. So came up with the Photo Man. I don't know if that's the greatest name in the world for myself, but I think it fits.
I think you're stuck with it now, brother.
I think so.
At least you gave it to yourself, and you didn't have to take the name Dirty Dan. Like, I don't know how I got that name. Somebody started calling me that a couple years ago, and it's just kind of stuck, and I kind of went with it. It's better than what Troy Clark and Greg Amick and all them were calling me down at East Bay in 2012, and I didn't like that nickname at all. And I don't know if you know what that is, but there's you a little bit of homework.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just I see how this is going to go. But at any rate, man, I'm really looking forward to this, and I guess now we need to get some specifics out there. So I'm gonna get on my soapbox here for a minute and get all this out there. Okay, we're going. I mentioned at the beginning here we're going to air on the Performance Motorsports Network, which you can find that website at www.performancemotorsportsnetwork.com or the Facebook page, Performance Motorsports Network. All our airtimes are listed on the USAC Unleashed radio show Facebook page. You can find the show times we air on PMN there. On the Performance Motorsports Network website, there is not only a listen live button to listen from your computer, but there are several, and I mean several, mobile applications for both iPhone and Android to listen on the go and mobile. Some is simple. I mean, all of them are pretty simple, but the one I personally use is TuneIn Radio. Do a search for Performance Motorsports Network, make it your favorite, and I know for somebody like me that's technology challenged, 2 clicks on my phone and I'm listening to Performance Motorsports Network. So it's real easy to hear us. We'll have our YouTube channel up and going by the time the first show airs on February 19th, right before the action gets started down at Bubba's, and our own photo man Rich Foreman will be down there. But we'll have our YouTube channel up and going, and I'm not sure what the name of that's going to be until I actually sign into our Google account and try to name a YouTube channel. So we'll probably try. I'm gonna try to obviously get USAC Unleashed radio or something. But we'll let you know more information about that. You can find us on Twitter at LetterEat, LettinEreat, LetterEat on Twitter. Our email address, USACUnleashed@gmail.com, USACUnleashed@gmail.com. Now, any potential sponsors out there, we got some very, very affordable sponsorship packages available for not only commercials on the show, for 30 and 60-second commercials for airing on the shows, and we have many different packages available for that, but we have show title sponsorship available, the race preview segment sponsorship title sponsorship available, the race wrap-up segment title sponsorship available. We've got all kinds of sponsorship opportunities. And Rich, I know you and I worked really hard on the pricing plans, the packages, the payment plans, all the different options we have available for supporting the show. And tell me a little bit about what you think about what we come up with.
Yeah, I think what we've come up with is a pretty good plan to allow the businesses in our sport to be able to get some airtime on a show that hopefully, some people are going to listen to, and the way it's looking, we're definitely looking like we're going to have at least a few. And make it affordable. We're not trying to make money. We're not trying to be rich. We're just trying to help everybody do what they love to do in this sport, and that is race.
You touched on something that I think is very important there, Rich, and I don't want to harp on it, too hard, but I think it's important to put out there the pricing plans for what we got, the sponsorship, that we're bringing in. You're correct. It's not to give you and I a paycheck for doing what we're doing. Ultimately, we'd like to be compensated for what we're doing. But you and I and Bob Steele at Performance Motorsports Network are all in agreement 100% that the money coming in for this is going to support this radio show as far as the live events that we want to do, being able to go to the tracks, talk to the racers, get content. Basically what I'm saying is we're in agreement that the bulk of the money, and especially initially starting out here, is going to go right back into the show. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure. I think that, like you said, we want to put as much money back into the show and keep it going for as long as you and I can both do it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. I really, really want to reiterate, and Rich, you touched on it and you said it. The rates that we've got put together, it allows businesses of all sizes to get involved. It allows everybody from people like you and I with with the richphotos.com, or the radio stuff that I do. Even broke people like us can afford to get in on this deal. So I agree with you. I think there's going to be a good return of investment, for anybody that comes on and partners with us. Now, we do have one partnership to announce right now on this show. You want to do it, or you want me to do it?
You did it. You've got the longest relationship with them. I'll let you have it.
All right, I'll do that. My buddy, my pal, my partner in a lot of projects, both good and bad that I've done in the past, Noah Enos from Shell Shock Helmets, Custom Helmets, is on board with us for this. We're not sure exactly how where he's going to fit in on this. Obviously, commercial time, and he's a partner on this deal. And we're working on some other things that's going to benefit the racers and the fans throughout the season, i.e. giveaway, gift certificates, T-shirts, hats, things like that as the season progresses. Anybody that's listened to any of my projects, whether it be Burning Rubber Radio, On the Cushion Media Group, Blacklisted Promotions, just the list goes on and on, knows that I give away a lot of stuff. Christopher Bell, Kathy Bell, Christopher's mom, is super in that, and I know we're going to have a ton of Christopher Bell stuff to give away throughout the 2014 season, and I hope some of the other racers jump on board with that and allow us to give out some T-shirts, hats, and things like that, and some contests on the page and things, and of course those contests are going to be linked to the radio shows and content within them, questions, trivia, things like that. So, Rich, I believe Rich Foreman Photos is maybe going to be doing some things this year also in that department.
Yeah, we'll be giving out lots of prints and some of my custom stuff and stuff like that we do.
That'll work, man. That'll work. So there you go. Get over there and I think really the only qualifications to get in on some of that freebie stuff is you got to like the USAC Unleashed radio show page and you got to listen to the show. So it's going to be pretty simple to win some of that stuff. That's a fact. All right, Rich, we're going to get ready to close this pre-launch show out and basically a test for our equipment, and getting the information out there to the fans. Is there anything I missed? I know we've got a ton of stuff going on. We've done a ton of work, and we are literally on the first day of pre-launch right now, as we've talked about. So is there anything I've missed or anything you want to get out there? Man, the floor is yours. I'm going to shut up here and light me a cigarette, open this jar of moonshine, take me a sip. So you need to cover my butt for a few here.
I think you covered quite a bit there. And like you said, I'm sure we're forgetting something. We're going to have so much content this year. I think it's going to be awesome. We're going to be able to do lots of stuff and, get the information out there, get the guys out there. For me personally, the biggest thing is trying to get some of the lower guys, some airtime and stuff like that. I've come from the micros and I love the micros. They're still my passion. I mean, my 13-year-old son runs a micro, so definitely want to try to get some of those guys on there and basically introduce them to the racing world. I think, especially here in Indiana, the micro racers are definitely undervalued and underappreciated. So hopefully we can shed some light on them and have a good time. I'm pretty sure that between you and I, we'll figure out how to have a good time.
I think we will, man. And and that's something that I guess we could, that we need to let out there. When we have these racers, no matter the division, no matter the level, we're not going to stifle these guys. We're not going to script them. What you're going to be hearing with these guys is going to be 100% true, unedited. Other than stuttering and dead space, things like that. But we are not going to censor or edit our guests in anything they have to say. So we're not FCC regulated. We do have a responsibility to kind of limit the language, that's used on the show and things like that. But anybody that's listened to anything that I've been involved with knows that I'm 100% honest, true. And I speak my mind. Sometimes the language gets a little harsh, but it's not meant for shock value or to offend anyone. And Rich, you know exactly where I'm coming from on that, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. We want to make it as true and as real. And like I said earlier, we're not professional anchors or radio personalities or anything. We're doing this. We're going to have a good time. Hopefully, we're going to help a lot of racers out and get a lot of information out there and just have a good time with all our fans and all the fans of racing.
I agree. That's what I want it to be. I want it to be a good time. I want it to be about the fans. I want it to be about the racers. And we're the kind of the lucky guys that get to put it all together and make it happen. We are going to do some live video chats from time to time using the Google Plus Hangout feature. That we're not going to focus in on that a whole lot, but we are going to have some special deals with that going on the Facebook page with links there for that. Like I said, live events. I guess we can put it out there on the live events, Rich. That what we're looking at doing is there's a couple different ideas in mind right now. One of them I can talk about, the other I can't. The one that I can talk about is I know we're focusing in on Indiana Midget Week and Indiana Sprint Week right now, and we're really trying to get a budget and funding together for those two events. Not just one race deals, but for the whole week long or, the whole series, when those take place. And what we want to try to do is go to the tracks. And I know this has been successful in the NASCAR stuff that I've done with Burning Rubber Radio, and it works out well. And I want to bring that to the USAC Unleashed show, where we go to the track and we'll do an hour or hour and a half, 2 hour pre-race show. And then, maybe some updates from time to time. And then during the night's action, and then at the end of the night, do a half hour or 45 minute, 1 hour, somewhere in there, race wrap-up show. Of course, all this will be aired live on the Performance Motorsports Network. Like I said, where you can click the live button on the computer and listen to it, or through the mobile apps or whatever. But that's kind of what we're wanting to do with one phase of the live events. The other phase, like I said, I really can't. I don't feel comfortable talking about that a whole lot yet, because there's still a lot of I's and a lot of T's to get crossed on that deal. But hopefully in the future, we'll be able to broadcast 100% of the events live on PMN. So we'll see how that goes. Rich, you don't know how much I appreciate the effort and the amount of work and the communication that we have to this date between you and I and Bob at PMN. It's been tremendous, man. No longer than we've known each other, brother.
Yeah, it's been pretty good in the way that it's come together in kind of such a short amount of time. Kind of shows to me that I think, this is really going to be a good deal. We all really mesh really well, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's
been really easy. You said, you said, in a short amount of time, and the amount of work that we've got done, we've still got a lot of work to do before we launch on, the first show airs on February 19th. Website, we need to get it finished up and get it going. Like I said, YouTube channel. We still got some show beds some things that we need to do for the show. for production work that we've got to get done. And of course, we got to sell some sponsorship and get some commercials ready for the show. And once again, anybody that's interested in helping us out or supporting this deal, coming on board as a partner, I can promise you're going to get a return on your investment on this. We're not only on Facebook, we're not only on Twitter. Like I said, we're going to be launching the website. And this is not a regional or local thing. This is, it's the internet, man. It's worldwide, and mobile radio, internet radio is on the upswing. And just send us a message to USACunleashed@gmail.com if you're interested, and we can get you a complete sponsor advertiser package sent to you that's got all the rates and spells it all out, show formats, the whole 9 yards. Rich, you've had a chance to look over that. There's a ton of information there, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of information there, and there's a lot of deals there for different time slots and amount of time slots, to where, like you said, anybody at any level in our sport is going to be able to be involved with our show.
That's a fact. I think, I know, and this was very important to me, was putting a package together for even the fans to get involved and support us. I mean, so, we've got packages available all the way from, what is it, Rich, $10 or $20, all the way up to our title sponsorship. And I can guarantee you that you will not find any radio advertisements for the price points that we have for the amount that you're going to get from it. You agree with that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you're definitely going to get a lot of bang for your buck with us. I mean, not only on the radio, but on the Facebook and just us in general. And as people promoting your product, we're definitely going to take care of all the people who help make this happen.
That is a fact. And one thing I want to put out there, Rich, I'm going to surprise you, man. This has just happened in the last hour or so. So this is going to be news to you. I can't say who it is yet, but I can tell you this. We have USAC Unleashed radio show stickers available to the racers. They'll be available here in Indiana by the time Indiana race season gets started. So we'll have those available, like I said, before then. So racers, fans, please, please, please put these stickers on, man. Support what we're doing, because in the end, it's all about you. It's all about you, the fans and the racers. It's not about Dirty Dan. It's not about the photo man. It's about you, the fans and the racers. Rich, last parting words, brother.
Get this wrapped up, get back to work. Sounds like we still got a lot to do, and I got to head out of here and for some more warmer weather here in a couple of weeks and leave you behind to keep working away.
Oh, yeah. See, I knew you'd throw me under the bus like that, ass chimp.
After you pulled that one on me, I was going to rub that going to Florida in on you.
Oh, yeah. I maybe we need to change the show name to the USAC Unleashed Radio with Dirty Dan and the Ass Chimp Man.
I just can't wait to get to that warm weather, Dan.
Oh, yeah. Well, stop by my old stomping grounds, Gainesville, Florida, and you're not going to be far from there in Ocala. Matter of fact, you're going to be passing right by it. You're going to be about 30 or 40 miles south of my old stomping grounds. So stop in there and tell everybody we said hey, and you enjoy yourself down there, man.
Oh, I will, man.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for this preview show. I hope that there was, we got all the information out there that you guys out there in internet land are looking for. And if we were repetitive, I'm sorry about that, but stutter too much, well, that's just me. What you see is what you get. So, it is what it is, man. We're working hard. We're going to make this happen, and we're going to bring it to you in the most professional and the best quality that we can, while maintaining and staying true to who we are, what we are, and that is a fan of open wheel racing. So with that, I want to give a big thank you once again to my partner in crime here, photo man Rich Foreman. This is Dirty Dan Smith. We are on the Performance Motorsports Network, and we will see you guys on February 19th for our debut show. Hope to see you there, and if you can't make it for the live debut, there'll be plenty of links where you can catch it on your own terms, on your own time, with your own adult beverage, kicked back in your recliner and relaxing. Other than that, USAC. I want to give a big shout out to the USAC, all the people at USAC for really officially, unofficially standing behind us and sticking with us and make this happen. And one last shout out before we get out there.
Hey, let's give a big shout out to our Sean Buckley and the Dirty 30 on MAV TV.
That's right, man. Get over there at jackslash.com, and they will cover you for everything video, and come right back here to USAC Unleashed for everything audio. With that, we'll see you all on February 19th. Thanks for the support, and we're out of here, man. Elbows up, doing some work.
USAC Unleashed is a copyrighted production of PerformanceMotorsportsNetwork.com, a member of the Scorpion Radio Group, Inc., and may not be rebroadcast, replicated, or saved in any media without the explicit written permission of PMN. Check out our Facebook page, USAC Unleashed Radio Show, or our section on the PMN website. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of the management and ownership of either PMN or Scorpion Radio Group, Inc. Be listening next week as we rev it up with USAC Unleashed, exclusively on the Performance Motorsports Network.